I'm your host, Logan23. You're joining me for At Any Price, Chapter 15. Imperceptibly, he nods, admitting it. You can't breathe. You pull your arm back and feel only the tiniest resistance as he relinquishes it. Adam is fallen one. Your mind races all over the things he knows, every experience you've shared. Online text chat, doing personal quests in the game, sharing quest notes, items. You've spent hours in this company. Albeit online. In some ways, I feel as close to friendship to him as I did to Heath. This doesn't make sense. Fallen lives on the East Coast. He's a some of that was to mislead you. Some of it was stuff I actually said, but you led yourself to believe. On the day my mom had told me about her diagnosis, I turned to him. Heath was on a camping trip with his then boyfriend, and Fallen listened for hours. I cried to him, sobbed over the very real possibility of losing her. We stayed up all night chatting and only stopped at about 6 in the morning. Why didn't you tell me? I've told you that I go into the game and play from time to time. I playtest my own product. I wasn't lying about that. I didn't tell you because it got complicated. Let me explain. Please, by all means. One night I grouped with Heath, you, and Katya. I could listen to your voice chat, even though I was in text. I thought it was a starting zone quest for Heath, first bit of class armor. I've had fun in the groups, but never like that night. You were all cracking me up with the witty jokes flying around. I couldn't stop laughing. Then he told me about your blog. He said I should go read it, so I did. He was right. I loved your blog. So I broke my own rule about not grouping with the same people more than once. That night after work, when I logged in, I went looking for your group again. Seldom left the office that week, and I actually look forward to logging on with you guys every night. That probably sounds pathetic. No, more pathetic than me looking forward to logging on to group with you all weekend. He pauses and fidgets with his hands. Between reading your blog and gaming with you, and then spending all that time in game, I got attached. Some invisible vice clamps around your heart and your eyes and throat sting. The same cold fear was back, and this time you were numb with it. What did all this mean? That he's in love with you, goddammit. You were more to each other than you realized. But it had never been more than he'd realized. He'd known everything, and had willingly kept you in the dark. And now, he said he was attached. He drew in a sobbed breath. You're attached too. But now you're determined that there will be no tomorrow for you. Tomorrow you'd be losing both Adam and Fallen One with the same severing blow. You push back from the table and out of your chair. We should go. You face each other across the table for a long moment. A swirl of chaos inside my body tells me I have hours, probably more like days or weeks of thinking to sort all this out and figure out what it is. But I don't need him to speak to me of being attached. I don't need his confusing, tempest-like sway, ripping my control from me. You don't say anything as you turn to leave, and he follows closely behind. Back in the suite, things feel tense and awkward. How can I avoid conversation hanging in the air like a dark cloud? You thought to change the bed. You weren't tired, and you knew you wouldn't be able to concentrate on a study guide. And my handsome prince, well, he wasn't who I thought he was, either. He knew so much about me, and yet he'd always kept himself a mystery from me. Heated anger stirs in your chest. I was so angry. I'm most angry with myself for not knowing, for not realizing. While I'm found Adam easy and fun to be with, I've never once associated him with Fallen One. How could I be so blind? Because it's an online persona versus a real life one, and it happens to people all the time, but the difference is people see past the petty bullshit that you're not seeing past. Okay. I try to focus on where he is in the room, or the fact that he'd removed his shirt. I won't look. No, I won't. Confused or not, his body still wants his. My body still wants his. Probably more now than before we'd start sleeping together. Unzip your skirt, step out of it. Suddenly his hands cup your hips. Hello, beautiful. Close your eyes. Shivers cascade down your spine in a waterfall of quick succession. Just a couple of whispers and the lightest touch from this man, and you're ready to surrender. Mia, I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. You hold your breath as hands cup your shoulders and travel down your arms. I don't want to talk. I want our bodies pressed together, sticky with sweat and passion. I want one last memory before I say goodbye. You throw yourself into the kiss opening for him, hooking your arms around his neck to pull him in. And then guys get these goddamn fucking mixed signals that, oh, she must forgive me. Okay? That's all I'm saying. This will be our last time together. A tiny sliver of me is relieved. At the back of my mind, the greater part of me protests. Because the greater part of you thinks you're an idiot. His hand softly caressing your pink nipples, sending sparks of pleasure through you. He nudges you towards the bed, and you acquiesce, swept up in him. Shh, no talking. He pulls your hand away, grabs both your wrists, and leans against you down onto the bed. He looks you in the eyes, multitude of questions unasked. Stop it. You're using sex to avoid talking about this. You close your eyes and push against his hold, even though I ache for him everywhere. Please, Adam, I want you inside. His hand returns to rest atop your underwear. He begins a firm but languorous stroke. You want this? You gasp, throwing your head back, arcing yourself into him. Yes, now. I want you now. The pressure of his hand on your sex increases. What about tomorrow? Do you want me tomorrow too? Now I understand him. If I'm using sex as avoidance, he is using sex to force the conversation. His hand stills and slips inside. Don't talk about tomorrow. I want to talk about tomorrow, and the next day, and the one after. You struggle against his grip on your hands. No. He moves his fingers again, stroking in and out, and your eyes roll back. An intoxicating dizziness overtakes you. Wreck me. I don't want to. Not if I can't have you tomorrow, too, and the day after. Not if this would be the last time. So close and he knows it. He withdraws his hand and then rolls his hips on top of yours, pinning you down. Will this be the last time, Mia? So my question to you is, why is this a question? I'm not sure. Maybe we should hiccup. It doesn't have to be the end. We could hiccup once in a while. He thrusts against you again, his hand still clamped around your wrist. I don't want to bang Buddy. I want more than a cheap, quick lay. Then you can buy me dinner once in a while. He releases your wrists. You immediately put your hands on his solid shoulders and shove. He doesn't budge. I know what I want. And when I put my mind to something, I tend to get it. I hate to disappoint you, but in this case, you aren't going to. What are you afraid of? There are two of us talking here, and only one of us isn't a proven liar. I'd stop talking if I were you. Actually, there's only one of us really talking. You're the one who's lying now. Ooh, what am I lying about? Your feelings. The fact that this doesn't bother you. You don't want to talk because you're afraid of what this is going to start. I'm pissed at you for not telling me the truth. How's that? I may not have been prepared myself to lose you tomorrow, but not fallen. You don't have to lose either of us. You put your hands to your forehead. The whole concept makes your brain ache. You are still two separate people in my head. Jesus H. Christ, woman, get a grip on reality. I haven't even had a chance to absorb any of this, and you demand to know my feelings? I don't even know what the hell they are. She stands up and walks towards you slowly, as if you were a scared rabbit which might hop away from any sudden movement. Ambient light gleamed off his muscular torso, his pants slung low on his hips. He was so damn sexy, he took your breath away. Even when he was irritating the hell out of you. Then allow yourself the time to figure it out. Give us the time. No. Explain to me about this fairy tale you were proposing. How something like this is even supposed to work. Even beyond the monumental trust issues. How does this work with my 2 jobs, preparing for medical school, and your 100-hour work week? It's not a fairy tale. It's real life, honest, grown-up relationship where 2 adults work out their differences. That includes schedules. I mean, you guys have been doing so well so far. Shit. You pull back against his hold on your shoulders, and he drops his arms. Is this all because you feel guilty about us sleeping together? Oh, me. Even though you never planned for it to go this far? No. I believe him. Okay, I believe you. Trying to be genuine, he thinks we can do this, but I still don't think it can work. We need to be both on the same page, and we're not even in the same book. We're rare comic book collections with our own sets of issues. Why aren't you willing to give it a chance? Because I don't want a relationship. Not with you. Not with anyone. Why? Frustration curls up in your spine, tightening the knot between your shoulders. Put your hands to your temples and close your eyes. You're making me crazy, Adam. Because he's making you confront yourself? Why? God damn it, mother! Why? Why do you not want a relationship? You've overcome your fears because of the guy that you were with, right? You faced your fears, you did something that you were fearful of. Okay, so we've moved on past that. You have clearly enjoyed what all has been happening, you've enjoyed the companionship, you've enjoyed everything that is pretty much the facet of a fucking relationship. And all of a sudden it's like, would you like a relationship? Would you like to confirm it's a relationship? No. Why? Because I'm forcing this conversation when you want to avoid it? It's been the elephant in the room for weeks now, and I'm not going to shove it aside any longer. When we get back to California, I want to know where we stand. You'll be standing in your office somewhere in Irvine, and I'll be standing in my apartment in Orange. I'm not amused. Quit trying to save me. I don't need you to save me. I don't want to save you, Mia. I want you in my life. I want a relationship with you, as equals. And you twist me into your Knight Protector coming to a meek maiden's rescue. Isn't that what this says? He shakes his head. That bastard really messed you up good. He screwed up every decision you make for the rest of your life. Thanks to him, you'll never even consider trusting someone enough to allow them in. I did my therapy. I'm fine. That little shithead was no part of the decisions I make. I'm not talking about the shithead from high school, Mia. I'm talking about your father. Oh. Those words hit you like a blow. You struggle to breathe. Memories of taunts on the playground from your former friends come flooding back. I wasn't the only kid with a broken home. But at least they knew their fathers, their paternal grandfathers, their siblings, their heritage, their names. She tried to tell me once who he was. She'd wanted desperately to talk to me about him, upset that I'd only heard the negatives. I'd screamed at her. I'd thrown a vase against the wall. I shouted that I never wanted to hear her speak a word about him. He hadn't cared about me. Why would I care about him? Don't even hit a nerve, did I? Go to hell. You struggled to damn the tears. They clogged in your throat. Adam has shredded my defenses in less than 5 minutes. You don't know shit about my father. I know he turned you into a coward. I know that every single man you look at for the rest of your life is tainted by him. And I know that you're running scared. Not just about this, but your entire future. How many times did I tell you to go out and retake that goddamn test? You kept studying and studying, hoping that for that perfect moment you'll know everything. Because you're afraid to fail. Your education, in life, you're a coward, Mia. Are you a freaking shrink now? I hate how my voice sounds. That strangled sob that escaped my lips on the last word. You stride up to him and shove against his chest. What I really want to do is throw my best right hook at his perfect jaw. He catches your wrist and won't let you go, and you flail at him. You have no right to throw your BS theories in my face because I made a decision you don't like, especially when you're so messed up yourself. I'm messed up? You nod, fury built inside you like a pressure valve ready to blow. I want to hurt him like he hurt me, and I know enough about him to do the damage. I'm not Sabrina. You bought it in the auction because you were trying to save me from myself. You say you aren't my knight protector, but you want to be. I'm not her, Adam. I'm not Sabrina, and you can't save her by saving me. He looks as if I'd slapped him. The cords on his neck pulled taut, his hands clenched into fists. Unbelievable. You watch each other for a long, tense moments, your fingernails clawing at your palms. You are full of rumbling and rage. He is simmering with quiet fury. His mouth tightens and he shakes his head. He turns from you and goes to find his shirt, where he'd hung it across the back of the chair by the desk. He puts it on a short jerk movement, and you are anchored in your spot, unable to move. All you can do is feel like the pounding wave in agony washing over you as he withdraws. His words are like the threshold you crossed together earlier. They can never be unspoken. Adam, you were right. What was I thinking? I finally decided I want a woman in my life. You're just a sad, scared little girl. He walks to the door and turns back to you just before leaving. I'm moving to the other room for the night. I suddenly lost my desire to sleep here. He waited for a moment before jerking the door open, slamming it closed. I could cry if I allowed myself, but the tears won't come. What will the next plane ride home be like, sitting next to him? Silent, seething. And after that, after he drops me off, then what? Never see each other again? You wanted this! You wanted this! Oh, God, I hate you so goddamn much. I'd like to... Whoever wrote this book is an idiot. Holy shit. Oh my god. Whoever wrote this book is an idiot. Oh man. That might be my clever safety mechanism. Clearly delineated and structured from the start. But there is no deal to conclude, so what would be our conclusion? Complete and total estrangement. As if the fairy tale had never existed at all. The tiny shard of glass pierced the center of my chest, and my soul was bleeding. I don't want to think about it. In the morning, the major domo brings you a note with your breakfast. It was an impersonal card signed by Adam saying he had business that he would keep him in the region. He arranged for you to get home safely. Furiously, you shredded, frustrated at the lack of willingness to compromise. I hate whoever wrote this. Jesus Christ. It's all or nothing with him. So, we would become strangers again, because he decided we would be strangers. Every time I look at the empty seat next to me on the way home, something twists in my heart. Already the space where he'd occupied my thoughts and musings left an empty echoing room. Every time you shift in the seat, you twinge. The twinge you felt was a reminder of all that had gone on between you. I'm reliving every touch, every heated whisper, every kiss. I ached from the inside out. Under normal circumstances, you'd go to Heath's house and commiserate with him, but you're still angry with him about the email he sent to Adam. The one you had sent you spiraling down this crazy path in the first place. Instead, when you get home, you shower, close all the curtains, and sleep in to the next day. You find a voicemail from your mom instructing you to call as soon as the weekend is over. You comply. You feel guilty for ignoring her so much since the whole auction thing began. How was your study retreat? It was good. Got a lot done. Am I bringing you back home with me after graduation? Shit, graduation is at the end of the week. I've got the semester off, but I'm walking with my class, and I've done next to nothing to prepare for commencement. I'd rather you follow up. I want my own car while I'm there. I'll have to figure out how I could get out of staying the full week. I've already taken off way too much time for my job, and I'm in danger of losing it. I've got some surprises for you when you get home. I can't wait! The thought of fleeing all this for a few days and retreating to the comfort of my quiet, high-desert hometown. I won't lie. It's oddly comforting. Afterwards, you box up everything that Adam had loaned you or gifted you. The 4 dresses, the accessories, smartphone, and the laptop. You take the underwear and stuff it under the bed. Light it on fire, throw it in the trash where it belongs. I guess. I'll throw the underwear under the bed where I won't see it. Part of me doesn't want to be rid of it. I just want it out of sight and out of mind. Besides, it's pretty. Despite my reluctance to admit it, Heath was right. The whole thing between me and Adam had been sick. Nothing good could have come from our beginnings. You were numb when you went to work early the next morning. Your supervisor called you in her office and put you on formal warning. In different circumstances, I would have cared a great deal. Losing the job would mean I could no longer afford to live on my own, to say nothing of it as value on my resume. But I'm frozen inside, dead. Nothing seems to go through but the distant, constant pain. The feeling that something vital is missing. That you threw away. When you get home from work, Heath is parked at the curb of your apartment complex. You walk right by his car, pretending not to see him. Hey, Mia. You turn and glance up at him before snapping the door open and walking inside. I guess that means he told you about the email, huh? What do you want, Heath? I wanted to see if you were okay. You wanted to see if I survived that bombshell you decided to drop right in the middle of our trip? I'm sorry, okay? I thought I was acting for the best. For whose best, mine or your conscience? Take it he was pissed. Yep, he was pissed, but it doesn't matter now. It's over. I'm sorry, Mia. Don't be. It's how I planned it all along. What happened over there? I don't want to talk about it. I really, really don't want to talk about it, okay? Okay, I got it. He shoots you a wary look, and then his eyes move to the package. You want me to drop that off for you? He's still out of town. You won't get your tour. Doesn't matter. Let me drive you over. Let's get it done. You could use the moral support to go into the building, even if you know Adam isn't there. 15 minutes later, you exit the 405 freeway and turn into the industrial park. At the end of the industrial park, you arrive at the campus of Draco Multimedia, Inc.
Close your eyes and die.
You. Man, I'll tell you, I just... I hate this book. Like, okay, real quick. I like this book because I'm a gamer. I like this book because I want something like that to happen to me. I want to, I used to play a bunch of WoW. I wouldn't mind meeting someone in, like, a game. Or I wouldn't mind meeting someone just period for a relationship. Just... But unfortunately, it's not in the cards for me, right? It just isn't. I don't think it'll ever happen. But, hey, I'm open. Again, every single day, every single moment of my life. With that being said, that it's one of the reasons why I don't get this. I'm a virgin. Okay? If I did the same thing as this chick, I would not be sitting there hating on someone because, one, they dilly-dallied me along. I would be comfortable with that. It would give me time to reconsider. It would give me time to rethink. It would give me time to adjust. It would give me time to, and yeah, you may fall for the person. You may not. You may be like, you know what, I reconsider this. Let's move on. The whole 9 yards. There's a lot you could, talk about and do in the whole 9 yards. Okay, so when I play this, I just am pissed off because this guy cared so much, and this is where I think this is stupid. And both sides, male and female, can be stupid at times, and I think this chick is incredibly stupid. Okay, this guy cared so much about you that he was your friend all this time. And then he found out you were going to do something that was, yes, you shouldn't sell your virginity to some random individual on the internet as something especially you've kept on to in hopes to meet that right person, right? So he cared so much, he bought the auction just so you wouldn't lose your virginity to someone that was meaningless, that was pointless, that didn't care for you. They just wanted that whole, she went for the whole, new paradigm, and yet he was helping her with that paradigm. Because What is the one thing in the world that we cannot buy? We can buy happiness. We can buy items. We can buy Ferraris and houses and beautiful materialistic shit. What's the one thing in the world we can't buy? Love. We can't buy. We can buy, people that say they love us, but do they really? So that's the one thing he actually really cared about her. He actually heard about all these things. He went and I'm sure he helped her mom. I'm sure he went and he did all this. It's like, oh man, you got a beat up computer. Oh man, and right now if I had someone who was like, you know what, you have a really beat up computer, Locum. Your life is strange. You were having frames drop. You were having all this going. If someone went out and bought me a laptop because they cared about me and they wanted to be with me and all this shit, I'd be like, wow, this person, wow, they bought me a smartphone. Wow, this person bought me a laptop. Wow, I'd be like, wow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kickers and everything. But this person has tried so much to convince me that they want more than just that wham bam, thank you, man. What the is wrong with this woman? I don't know. Okay. So as for the announcement, I promised I was going to tell you guys. I'm really considering taking a break from chapters. And I mean a break on not doing them. I'm gonna continue. Apparently, this wasn't the finale of At Any Price. The finale, though, is confirmed for 50 bid dates in 50 states. I'm gonna take a break, eat something. It's so much work, and I mean, mm, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a small video about it. It's just I want to get some feelings out. I want to get some things talked about. And I don't think you guys want to hear me rant at the end of this. So please stay tuned for that. Maybe I'll do it before 50 dates in 50 states. I don't know. Without further ado, thank you all for tuning in. Please remember to like and share the video, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.